Warning. This is not a safe space. Leave your bullshit and feelings at the door.
I'm nothing without my following. I'm nothing without my following. And when people try to hate on me and report me, I've literally tried to be a fucking better person. I want to say to everybody that's been reporting me, think twice because you're ruining my life.
It's time for the most raw and unfiltered experience on the internet. So kick your feet up and grab a cold one. You have just entered the Man Cave. And now, here they are, winners of the self-proclaimed International Greatest Men Alive Award, Brad and Terry.
Hey, thanks for joining us here in the Crybaby Cave. I am Brad.
And I am Terry.
And she was Jessie Taylor, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. But make sure to check us out online over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and listen to us over on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, and YouTube. But if you want that full, no bullshit experience and the ability to win some prizes and donate some money to a good cause, you're going to have to subscribe to us over on Patreon. We'll talk about that more here in a minute.
Beer me.
All right, man, we are drinking the Alaskan Amber that's brewed out of the Alaskan Brewing Company in Juneau, Alaska. Quite delicious.
It is delicious. If you find a place that has this, I know that we've had it on tap before when we've like gone out to dinner. Mm-hmm. If you find a place that has this, try it. It's awesome.
Yeah, good one.
So, the topic. It's if you couldn't guess from the intro, we're talking about
crying.
Well, it's not as much crybabies, but it kind of is. We're talking about it's kind of a couple topics in one, right? It's the whole social media craze, obsession, and what it can do to people. And as you heard in the intro, it can kind of have some
ruin my fucking life.
Yeah, some ruin my fucking life effects on people.
So how did we get here? How did we get to the topic?
So I was at work today, and I was walking by, and I saw a group of like 20 people all just sitting down, face at their phones, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, we're just like, these 20 people could be talking to each other. And I was like, why is everybody just glued to their fucking phones? And then as I was leaving work, the car in front of me almost ran a dude over because the dude was walking across the street just glued to his phone, not looking where he was going. I'm like, are we that addicted to using our phones and, probably browsing Facebook, Instagram, these social media sites, right? Because that's what everybody's always doing whenever I see them on their phone. And it's like, and I can't dog it too much, right? Because I use my phone. I'm on social media.
We're on social media.
Yeah, I use it. So I'm not here saying like, oh, everybody get off social media, right? It's just like, this is kind of a analysis of like how addicted are all of us to this, like the phone and the social media thing.
Very addicted.
Yeah.
In many ways, but yeah, we can't dog it too much because it's our main way of how we connect with people is, again, I literally just read to make sure to check us out online on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah.
It's a great form of communication with people. We were talking before we started this episode of I don't think there's any better way for me to keep in contact with people that I've literally haven't seen face to face and talked to in years.
Yeah.
But yet through social media, I'm able to keep contact with these people and have a conversation every now and again and chat. And
right.
It's a great way to keep people connected, but is it absorbing our lives?
I definitely think in a way it's absorbing our lives, but I don't think that the idea of social media is a bad thing whatsoever. Mm-hmm. For the reasons that you said, and you can meet new people on social media, as dangerous as that could be in some aspects, but and you can just you're always in the loop with what everybody's doing, right? You're more involved with the people that you know than you could ever be,
and I think you're more in touch with information faster than you've ever been before. I think if you go back and look at it was an interview Joe Rogan did with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And he talks about we are all basically just cyborgs because we have the greatest amount of information at our fingertips with having a cellular phone
Yeah.
that has a connection to the internet. You are essentially a cyborg at this point.
Right. He even said like the phone and the internet has become a extension of a human being. Like it is part of us. When's the last time you left home without your phone?
No, you will turn if you haven't gotten that far down the road,
Yeah.
you will turn around and go get your phone because you forgot it.
Yeah.
Like I do remember the good old days when all a cellular phone used to be able to do is help you make a phone. You could make a phone call from pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
And then it's just crazy as it is, it's morphed over the last 35 years or so into this thing where, I mean, it can literally do almost anything you want it to do for you.
Yeah, we don't even have to go 35 years back. I remember when I was in high school, like just over 10 years ago, that people had we had the cool Razor flip phone.
Yeah.
Right? And it was like, you were the cool kid if you had the Razor flip phone, right? But it's like, you can't do anything really more than talk, and, text messaging had just
very simple internet on it. Very simple.
So it was like in just 10 years, really, everyone has a supercomputer in their pocket.
Yeah. If you compare the computing process of your iPhone right now compared to a compact Presario back in 2000,
Yeah.
the phone in your pocket can do more and is way faster and more capable than anything back then.
In comparison, it's alien technology. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But let's analyze what social media is actually doing to people, right? Because like we played in the intro, this girl was extremely upset, and I haven't really read into the context of it. I know you're the one that sent me the video, so if you want to kind of elaborate on...
I don't care about the context. I think the whole thing is just hilarious on itself. When you just listen to... I don't know what led up to this, what she did on social media, but usually even if she's going to talk about being reported, even if you're reported, it doesn't mean your account automatically gets deleted. They just review whatever it is that was you were reported for, and then make a determination whether or not it meets the guidelines or doesn't meet the guidelines.
Yeah.
So if her account was shut down, there is some guideline that you did that somebody reported you for, and they've shut your account down.
Right.
On one hand, there's like maybe 3% of me that kind of like it's a questioning. The other 97% does not feel bad. Like you did something wrong. You just have to stop doing it. Don't complain to everybody that everybody else is out to get you because they have found that you've violated some kind of community standard. Get within the community standards and quit bitching about it.
Right.
But there's so much more pissing and moaning that she does, and it's such hilarious. Just we'd have to play it. We'll let you listen to it, and then maybe as we go through, we can break a little bit down. But there's just so much BS that she lays out to try to critique, and it's actually quite sad.
Yeah.
The things she says.
I would definitely say it's sad.
It's so sad to hear her complaints, because the things that she's complaining about is shit that is 100% within her control of something to be able to change.
Well, and that's one of the things is like some people allow social media to control them. Mm-hmm. And it was something me and you briefly talked about before we started recording. It was like when you put a post or a picture or anything up on social media. We could take Facebook, for example. I don't use Instagram or Twitter or all that, right? Like I only really have Facebook as my social media platform. Mm-hmm. But if you put something up on Facebook, you're basically selling yourself as a product. And if you look at the likes that you get as currency, right, then you're selling yourself for these likes, because the likes, they make us all feel good, right? They do. It's like if I post something like a picture of myself and I get 100 likes on it, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. 100 people think I look good. It's like that's never happened to me before. But but it's like
because you don't have 100 friends.
Yeah, and then if you look at it the opposite way, what if I post a picture of myself and nobody liked it? Because I know that I've had things that I've posted on Facebook before where I didn't get the reaction that I wanted, or nobody reacted to it at all, and I'm like, man, what the hell? And I just delete it, and I know that's a thing a lot of people do, but it's the same as You're selling that product, which is the post that you made. Nobody bought it, so you just take it off the shelf. And then if you dig even deeper into that, it's like you basically you subconsciously just prove to yourself you're worth nothing, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it subconsciously can do to you. So a lot of it is just not taking everything on the social media thing so serious.
Yeah, I think a lot of people find their self-worth in the amount of friends and the amount of likes that whatever post they're going to put on social media is going to get. That is how they evaluate how much, the amount of self-worth they have. You need to find somewhere else to find some sort of self-worth outside of social media.
Yeah, and there's two examples. I don't know if you want to call them examples, but just on-topic things for that exact thing. What you just said is, one, have you ever seen the TV show Black Mirror?
No.
So it's on Netflix, and there's a specific episode that I urge everybody to watch after they listen to this, because it is almost exactly what we're talking about. And there's an episode of the show Black Mirror where everybody, the only thing that matters is your social media score. Everybody in the world has adapted this idea of you have a score based on what happens on your social media. So everybody's just glued to their phones, taking pictures of everything they do, and then however many likes you get, your score goes up. And it's like, oh, you can only live in this apartment complex or this neighborhood if you have a certain score. You can't rent a car if you don't have a high enough score, right? And it's an awesome episode because you watch this woman who's completely obsessed with it and trying to move into this neighborhood but doesn't have a high enough score. You're watching her send her life into a complete downward spiral of chaos because of how hard she's trying to get that score up. She ends up just tanking the score, right? And at the end of it, she becomes a human again because she abandons the stupid idea of this social media score, right? So it's like it's actually a really awesome episode of the show, and it relates back to what we're talking about. And then the other thing is, I don't know if you've seen this, but over in China, this is really happening in China, is almost the same exact thing, where I think it's a certain city in China has adopted a social standing score, right? And they have all these security cameras around the city that watch everybody and use facial recognition to tell when somebody does something good or bad, and their social score goes up or down. So if somebody picks up a piece of trash and it gets seen, their social score goes up. And at a certain point, you can't ride the bullet trains anymore. At another certain point, you can't even ride a taxi anymore, right? And then you can get your social score back up by doing good things, or you go into an office and pay them money to raise your score, right? Basically donating to charity to raise your score, right? And it's an actual thing that's happening in China. You can YouTube it, and there's documentaries on it, because it blew me away when I saw that the findings were everybody was so much nicer to each other because they were terrified of that social score going down. But at the same time, everybody's always being watched.
Yeah, you can't do anything that you want because you're constantly being monitored. That would be so creepy to just be.
Yeah.
Anytime you step out of your house, you're going to be watched. I mean, what stops them from putting cameras inside your place and watching you while you're inside your place?
Yeah, but and that one's not as much heavy on the social media aspect, but it does have that same kind of social score, right? And that's it's a dangerous concept because we play the same game almost, just we're not limited by our social score to do anything, right?
Think of how many people's lives are completely different on social media to what they are living normally.
Yeah,
nobody's life is better than what it looks to be on social media.
Yeah, and then some people just look like they're having terrible lives on social media,
like this girl.
Yeah,
because she posts this video to YouTube. It has something like I think it was around 6,000 likes and about 30,000 thumbs down.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, nope, I was wrong. 30,000 thumbs down. There's only 1,900 thumbs up. Those thumbs ups are all sarcastic thumbs up.
Yeah.
It's people laughing at her. But we can give the people a listen, and we can break down the sheer sadness of her situation.
Sure.
what some of you guys have to realize is I have no skills. I'm $20,000 in debt from school, from college, so I can't even go to college if I fucking wanted to. I used to work at fucking McDonald's before I did fucking YouTube, Instagram, before I had 100,000 followers, before I had everything in my life. I was a fucking loser. Like, working at McDonald's. Not saying there's anything wrong with people working at McDonald's, because I worked there, but I don't want to go back to that life. I'm perfectly happy where I'm at, and I have no job qualifications. I could never work a normal job. I'm worthless. I bring nothing to the table. Zero. I bring nothing to the fucking table when it comes to that. I always get in fights with people. I always get kicked out of places. Like, I'm not work material. I will never be work material. So stop fucking reporting me on motherfucking Instagram. The last thing I want to do is be a fucking homeless prostitute in the fucking street doing meth. That is the last thing I fucking want to do. So stop fucking trying to ruin my life. All the fucking Ice Poseidon trolls out there.
Wow.
That was...
So there were several times in her rant that she said she has no skills, brings nothing to the table, right?
Yeah.
But at the very beginning, she said she's $20,000 in debt from college. And I'm really curious on what her degree's in.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be like some liberal arts thing.
Lesbian dance theory
Yeah.
or underwater basket weaving.
Yeah, one of those. Because if you went to college and have zero skills, like you can go to college for general education, right? Just like you take a couple math and reading classes and you have some skills.
But this could probably be an entirely separate episode, but it just goes to show a little snippet of maybe, just maybe, college isn't for everyone, because you could potentially go there and take a bunch of classes, get in a bunch of debt, and learn absolutely nothing to benefit you when you're done.
That's such a crazy thought to me.
To spend $20,000 and all you got out of it was 2 years of fucking time wasted.
Yeah.
Or how many ever years she went to. But to say that you can't go to college because you have college debt, that does not exist.
Right.
But to say you have no skills, no job qualifications, like, I'm sorry. To me, you should look right at you should look your parents dead in the eye and say these words: "You failed me."
Ooh.
And their parents should go, "That's true." Like, your parents, if your parents set you up in life to where, regardless of college, that at her age, she has no skill to hold down any kind of job outside of what she said, which was basically sucking and fucking dick.
Yep.
Like, that's your only, I mean...
I don't think we played that part, but she did say she was a prostitute at one point.
Beforehand.
Yeah.
But at the end, she didn't want to be a prostitute on meth.
Doing meth, yeah.
Yeah, which are just conscious, doing meth is a conscious decision. Nobody's going to, just because you don't have a job doesn't mean you get forced upon meth.
Yeah, I think that would make your situation worse. If you do end up homeless, don't do meth.
Yeah,
it'll help you.
I'm not quite sure. I guess. I mean, I never mind. I do know how you get meth when you're broke. You prostitute yourself. Anyway, moving on.
All the pieces start falling into place.
Oh, now I see what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get out of $20,000 of debt by. Never mind.
Yeah. But let's get a little bit back on topic, right? As much as I love talking about, meth and prostitutes, right? This woman thinks that her life is completely destroyed because her Instagram account was deleted.
Yep.
I can't even fathom. Like, if my Facebook account got deleted, the first thing that I would think is probably back to whatever post I made that got it deleted. Be like, yeah, I shouldn't have posted that.
Yeah.
Right? And then I'm going to think, oh well, like, at least I won't be on Facebook all the time now. Give me more time to do other, like, productive things.
But here's the real question: you're I think you're kind of comparing apples to oranges, because
why can't you compare? Like, why can't we compare fruit?
Okay, cucumbers to fucking green beans.
They're both green.
Yeah, but they taste different, and they're all kind of... Shut the fuck up. Anyway, right? But she makes her living off of social media.
Yeah.
Now, this is the moral comparison of what would you do if you got fired?
I would find a new job.
So you're telling me is what you wouldn't do is go cry about it on YouTube.
No, but obviously she has another social media platform to where
Clearly.
like
We just watched the video on YouTube.
yeah.
So not every social media platform for her has been destroyed, but the problem with me is it's the outlook.
Yeah.
It's purely the this one thing did not go correct for me. My life is ruined.
Yeah.
How did you get to that point? I don't understand how your parents raised you to think that life was not going to be a series like the series of bumps in the road.
Yeah.
And the mission of your parents should be to help you figure out that when you hit a bump in the road, how do you keep going?
Well, and also it's like if she made her living off of Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which a lot of people do. And people make a living off of YouTube and all that.
Yeah.
Like it's I'm not saying it's a bad profession. Like if you can do that, that's fucking awesome. You're your own boss at that point. Like hell
It's
yeah.
not really work either.
Yeah, because you probably enjoy it. That's why you started doing it in the first
If
place.
we were making millions off this podcast, it would not seem like work.
No.
It would be the best job ever.
It sure would. But if this was her source of income, her job, why didn't she take care of it to the point where the account wouldn't be deleted?
Yeah.
That's the way you got to look at it, right? Either social media for you is a tool to communicate with friends and family, or it's a profession.
It's a business.
Right. So either way, you don't want to lose access to that. And it's ingrained in us. Everybody's on it. So why would you ever want to lose access? Either you're making money off of it, right, and using it to communicate, or you're just using it as an awesome communication tool that it is.
Yeah.
So why are people putting themselves in a position, especially when they're making money, to where it can all be gone in an instant?
Yeah.
That's like walking into work and telling your boss, like, fuck you, and flicking him off. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of doing something stupid on social media when it's your job.
And then crying when your boss turns around and says, well, fuck you too. Goodbye.
Yeah.
You're fired.
Exactly.
Oh, wait a second. Look, boss, I don't have any skills. I can't get a fucking job.
Yeah.
This 9 to 5 shit isn't for me.
I'd love to know what she was doing on Instagram to where that could be her source of income with no skills. Was she an Instagram model? Because she wasn't that pretty.
No. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what she was doing on how did you get on Instagram with no skills?
Yeah.
You're taking selfies on Instagram
Yeah,
and people are following you? And
the people that make money on like YouTube and Instagram, they're usually like, I shoot guns and review them, right?
Yeah,
or
they
I
produce something.
Yeah, they're knowledgeable on something.
Yeah.
So I
Like
don't
us
know.
and manly shit.
Yeah.
But my last question as we kind of wrap this up is, though, on the whole view of technology, good or bad?
Great.
Yeah, I mean, life's never been fucking grander with the things you can do nowadays. And to be honest with you, I mean, I think social media has its aspects of being problematic. It has addictive qualities to it.
It sure does.
That
But what doesn't, though?
Yeah, but I think you just have to be able to make sure you manage it. And same with like things like YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have 2 kids. They are in the phase now where, like, I mean, you let them watch YouTube, they'll do that shit all day.
Yeah.
You have to tell them, no, go play.
Yeah.
Like, go be a fucking kid outside and ride your bike, go to the park, figure some shit out, get dirty, go do something like that. But if you're a parent out there that's going to say, oh, you know what? I'm not going to let my kids do X, Y, or Z with technology. I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I think
because technology is going to rule.
It already does. It already does, if you ask me, man. But I do think we're at a point where, and we can talk about this on another episode, but I think we're getting to a point where I can't fathom what could happen to further our technology anymore. Like, I knew when cell phones first happened, like, oh, these are going to be pretty advanced later on, right? I knew that this was going to be, because everybody was starting to get them. I was like, they're going to put a lot of research into this, right? And like, these are going to be awesome soon. And just like the way TVs are now, like motion, like graphics and stuff for movies, it's like, what more advancements can we make? Like, it's past what I can fathom at this point, you know?
It'll be like virtual. It's going to be like with augmented reality. Like, you're going to come home to your house, but you're going to strap like your VR headset on.
Yeah.
And it's going to still be your house, but it'll be this augmented reality of what you want in your house. You'll still walk around.
That
and
would
see
be
your
so
steps, But like your girlfriend would, your fake electronic girlfriend, you'd look over your couch and she'd be on your couch and you could have a conversation with her. But you still see your place through your headset. I think that, I mean, I definitely see a lot of room for
that would be fucking weird.
An augmented reality for a lot of people. I think a lot of people would like. I'm not saying I would dig it. I'm just saying in general. I think there's some fucking weirdos out there that would be digging that.
Yeah.
Big time. Like come home to whatever you want reality to be.
That's a dangerous game if you ask me.
Yeah. Then you're getting into some idiocracy like land of go away, baiting. Like just
he interrupted me during Ow My Balls.
Yeah. Making us dumber.
Yep.
Well, hey, as you head out, don't forget to check us out over on Facebook. Social media. Dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Please check us out. I don't have any other skills.
Only check us out for a little bit of like small doses, right? Like don't stay on it all day. Don't get hit by a car because you were looking at the Man Cave Facebook page.
I want you to go to Facebook and listen to our and YouTube and place like that and listen to our shows all fucking day. Put them on repeat.
Yeah.
Put them on fucking repeat. Get us the views. I'm hungry for the views. Hit the like button. Fucking subscribe. Do all of that stuff. Leave comments. I need it.
Yeah, and
I want it.
If you leave any negative comments, you're gonna make me really upset. I might even make like a crying Facebook video or something. Like you guys are ruining my life with negative comments.
Check us out over on Twitter at the Man Cave 14, over on Instagram at the Man Cave Podcast. You can again also check us out over on YouTube. But if you want that full no safe space, no bullshit, check us out and subscribe to us over on Patreon. We start at just $1, right? And that's going to get you access to the after the show, or as we like to call it, a piece of ass over on Hump Day. Right? And for $5 a month, you're going to get that, and you're going to get the man card for all your beer opening needs. You're going to get exclusive access to other special podcast episodes, exclusive access to tell us what you want us to talk about, and give us feedback on topics from every podcast. And we've said it. If we've said it once, we've said it 1,000 fucking times. We'll even let you on the show. And then we have the $20 Salute the Troops. Now, here's what we're doing with the $20 Salute the Troops and every other level. Every dollar that you give us, we are creating a care package to send out to the troops. And this isn't us sending the money to a different organization. This is the Man Cave putting together a package and sending out some manly shit that these guys are going to want, not just a bunch of toothpaste and mouthwash and other shit like that. It's going to be like some cigars, some jerky, some old Man Cave stickers, things like that actually will improve morale out there while they're forward deployed. But hey, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay with us. We'll see you next time here in the Crybaby Cave.
Man Cave.
Whatever.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Any real man would follow us on Patreon for exclusive content and prizes at patreon.com/The Man Cave Podcast. The Man Cave. No safe spaces, no bullshit.